Imagine a man so infamous, he read his own obituary. It wasn't flattering. In 1888, a French newspaper mistakenly published the death notice of Alfred Nobel. The headline screamed, "The Merchant of Death is dead." The article went on to condemn him for inventing dynamite, a substance that had enabled unprecedented destruction and warfare. Alfred was horrified. Was this truly how the world would remember him? A purveyor of death. This single macabre event became the turning point in his life. Born in Stockholm, Sweden, in 1833, Alfred Nobel was a brilliant chemist, engineer, and inventor. His father, Emmanuel Nobel, was also an inventor, specializing in mines and explosives. From a young age, Alfred was immersed in a world of science and innovation. The family moved to St. Petersburg, Russia, where Alfred received a first-class education from private tutors. He was a gifted student, mastering chemistry and becoming fluent in multiple languages. His primary fascination, however, was with nitroglycerin. This highly volatile explosive, discovered by Ascanio Sobrero, was incredibly powerful but dangerously unstable. Transporting it or handling it was like playing Russian roulette. The Nobel family's own factory suffered a catastrophic explosion in 1864, which tragically killed Alfred's younger brother, Emil, and several others. This devastating loss didn't deter Alfred. Instead, it fueled his determination to tame the beast. He was convinced he could make nitroglycerin safe to use, unlocking its potential for construction, mining, and industry. After years of relentless experimentation, Alfred had his breakthrough. He discovered that by mixing nitroglycerin with a porous, absorbent substance called kieselguhr, he could create a stable, paste-like explosive. It was powerful yet safe enough to handle and transport. He patented his invention in 1867 and named it dynamite, from the Greek word dynamis, meaning power. Dynamite revolutionized the world. It blasted through mountains to create tunnels for railways, carved out canals that connected oceans, and dug deep into the earth for precious minerals. It was the key that unlocked massive infrastructure projects like the Gotthard Tunnel in the Alps and the Corinth Canal in Greece. Alfred Nobel's invention was literally reshaping the face of the earth, accelerating progress and creating immense wealth. He built a global business empire with over 90 factories and laboratories in more than 20 countries. He held 355 patents and became one of the richest men of his time. But every great invention has a dark side. The very power that could build could also destroy. Dynamite's military applications were immediately obvious. It became a terrifying weapon of war, used in bombs and artillery shells, leading to death and destruction on a scale never seen before. Alfred himself was a complex character. He was a pacifist at heart, believing his inventions would make war so terrifyingly destructive that nations would be forced to abandon it altogether. He once wrote, "My dynamite will sooner lead to peace than 1,000 world conventions. As soon as men will find that in one instant, whole armies can be utterly destroyed, they surely will abide by golden peace." He was tragically mistaken. Instead of deterring war, his inventions made it more efficient and more deadly. This was the paradox that haunted him, the source of his public condemnation. So when he read that premature obituary calling him the Merchant of Death, it struck a deep and painful chord. He saw the future, his legacy, written out in black and white, a legacy of carnage and suffering. He became obsessed with changing that narrative. How could he use his vast fortune not to destroy, but to celebrate and advance humanity? He spent the last years of his life meticulously drafting his final will. His family and colleagues expected him to leave his fortune to his heirs. But Alfred had a much grander, more audacious plan. When his will was read after his death in 1896, it caused a global sensation and immense controversy. He had left the vast majority of his fortune, an amount equivalent to over $250 million today, to establish a series of prizes. These prizes were to be awarded annually to those who, during the preceding year, shall have conferred the greatest benefit on mankind. He specified 5 categories: physics, chemistry, physiology or medicine, literature, and peace. He was crystal clear: the awards were to be given without any consideration of nationality to the person who had made the most important discovery, invention, or contribution in their field. His family was outraged and contested the will. The institutions he had designated to award the prizes were hesitant to take on such a monumental responsibility. King Oscar II of Sweden disapproved, believing it was unpatriotic to award prizes to non-Scandinavians. It took 5 long years of legal battles and negotiations to finally establish the Nobel Foundation and honor Alfred's last wishes. In 1901, the first Nobel Prizes were awarded, and a new legacy was born. From Marie Curie's groundbreaking work on radioactivity to Martin Luther King Jr.'s fight for civil rights. From Albert Einstein's theory of relativity to the discovery of penicillin, the Nobel Prize has become the world's most prestigious honor, a symbol of the highest human achievement. It celebrates the very best of us, our creativity, our intellect, our compassion, and our tireless quest for knowledge and peace. So, here's the surprising twist. Alfred Nobel, the man who gave the world dynamite, did not create the Nobel Prize out of pure philanthropy. He created it out of shame. It was a desperate, brilliant act of reputation laundering. He engineered his own legacy, transforming his public image from the merchant of death to the ultimate patron of peace and progress. It was perhaps his greatest invention of all. Not an explosive, but an idea so powerful it continues to inspire and shape our world over a century later. The story of Alfred Nobel is a profound reminder that it's never too late to change the narrative, and that even the most destructive legacy can be rewritten into one of hope. Thank you for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more incredible stories that shaped our world. See you next time.